day, I talked to a friend and I told them, hey, you have to be brave and just bite the bullet. But then they look at me as if I just asked them to actually swallow the bullet. Well, we cannot blame them obviously. If we take English literally, we really sounded like we were just talking nonsense. Think about it. I'm sure you guys have ever heard or perhaps read terms like break a leg for good luck on the internet. Literally, it sounded like we asked them to hurt themselves. Another example is like spilling tea. Of course, we are not going to spoil hot tea towards someone, right? And if you're under the weather, does it really stand you under a cloudy sky? Welcome to today's topic, a weird and wild place we call English idioms. There are phrases where the literal meaning and the actual meaning are kilometers apart. And if you misread them or use them in the wrong situation, it causes things to go awkward so fast. Imagine you're telling your teacher that they need to hold their horses. That would be so situation. To avoid these situations, in today's lesson, we are going to break down these weird phrases so we are not going to get lost in translation. We're going to learn about how they sound, both their actual and literal meaning, and how we're going to use them in our daily conversation. Let's get into it!
Explained by Miss Aurel earlier, today we are going to be tackling English idioms. So Miss Agatha, what are actually English idioms? Well, that is a very good question. So English idioms are idiomatic expressions which are phrases with the meanings that are different from the literal meanings of the words itself. So in other words, idioms don't always make sense literally. You will need to familiarize yourself with the meaning and the usage of them. That may seem like a lot of work, but I assure you, learning idioms is very fun. I mean, especially when you compare English idioms to the idioms in your own language. So, Miss Agatha, why do we really need to learn English idioms? Well, learning English idioms and the phrases will help you in a lot of things. For example, the first one is to help you understand native speakers more easily. Don't we all need to learn that? Don't we all have the urge to talk to native speakers like we are some kind of another native speakers? And the second one, it will help improve your reading comprehension and listening skills. Oh wow, that's amazing! And the third one is it will help you speak English more confidently and naturally, like how I'm doing right now. It's a little bit narcissistic, but you can see that I'm speaking it very confidently. And the last but not least, it will help recognize English expressions and sayings in the media, because to no one's surprise, English idioms are actually used very commonly in a lot of media.
With the concept of English idioms already explained by Miss Agatha, we are moving to the next session, which are examples of the idiom. There's countless English idioms that you could use in conversation. You have heard some of the examples from the opening of this lesson. For example, break a leg, spill tea, under the weather, and hold your horses. Sounds familiar, right? Of course. Those are easy examples of idioms that are scattered around your internet timeline. In this lesson, I'm gonna tell you more of the examples of English idioms that you guys could use in your daily conversation or throw it around on Twitter so another user will think you are native in disguise. The English idioms that we will learn today are cat got your tongue, piece of cake, cause an arm and leg, The next is beat around the bush. And then the last is let the cat out of the bag. If you have ever heard any of those idioms, congrats. But if you have not yet, it is okay. Don't be sad because we will learn what they mean and how to use it in conversation.
As stated in the example, the first idiom is cat got your tongue. It's not a situation when a cat is bitten or held hostage of your tongue, obviously. In literal way, perhaps yes, it does. But in English idioms, it means when a situation when you have to respond to a conversation, but your brain is short circuit and you can't even let out a coherent response. This idiom could be used when someone is guilty, shy, or it also could be used to tease someone when they're stunned or suddenly quiet in a conversation.
Means accidentally or carelessly revealing a secret. So here, imagine you have a surprise for one of your friends and you prepared for it. Suddenly says it out loud in front of the target or your friend who's supposed to be the one you wanted to surprise. Once a secret is out, there's no hiding anymore. This exact situation is what the idiom is all about.
This idiom does not mean you have to have each one of your arms and legs literally. This means something that is incredibly expensive or overpriced. As if you have to sell your body part to just afford it. This idiom could be used when you see massive price tags, such as concert ticket or literally anything that gives you financial shock.
How was it? You already understand the concept, the examples, and how to use idioms that are also already explained by two other misses. Now you have the knowledge to use idioms in your daily conversation. Idioms might seem chaotic at first, but after you understand them, they turn boring literal language into vivid and colorful mental pictures. Instead of saying you're stressed or a thing is very expensive, now you have another choice to make your conversation more comfortable and colorful. So, keep an eye out for this in the movies, in your social media timelines, or even the music and also everyday conversation. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel. You guys did awesome today. Mastering this was a total piece of cake. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye!